So we'll get ready for the starting lineups here in the opening tip-off in this second girls semifinal. Winner moves on to the state championship to face off with the Beaver Beavers.
They lost to, I had an extra one in, Enterprise. So actually Kanab has only lost 2.
And it might have been South Severe that you were thinking of, too, because they were the 7th seed, because they lost 1 to South Severe. So
that is right.
Yeah, so 8-2 or 9-2 now is Kanab against these 7 teams here. I mean, great records regardless, and we've got a great matchup now between these 2 teams. We'll start off with the starting lineups, and we'll start things off first with the designated visiting team, and that is the third-seeded Kanab Lady Cowboys.
So starting for the Kanab Cowboys, a junior, number 2, Ashlyn Houston, stands 5'5". 5'4", Anna Cutler wears number 3, a junior as well. Savannah Bateman, 5'8", fresh sophomore, wears number 5. Number 10, Taylor Janes, a sophomore as well, 5 foot 8 inches tall. And then rounding out in the middle will be Riley Little, a 6'3" freshman. And he's going to be a lot of fun to watch for the next several years. And that will round out the starting 5. Clint Glover, the coach for the Kanab Cowboys.
And actually a change, it looks like, in the starting 5. They're going to go Emily Gilberg instead of Savannah Bateman. So Gilberg getting the start today.
All right, there you go. Yeah. A quick change.
Yes. So now we'll go to the starting 5 for the North Summit Braves, the designated home team in this one as the number 2 seed. First off, getting the start for North Summit is a junior guard, Presley Peterson. Wearing number 10 is a sophomore forward, Hazelin Murdoch. Number 11, a junior guard, Charlie Sargent. Wearing number 22 is a sophomore point guard, Heartland Richens. And number 25 inside is a junior center, Chesley Langston for the North Summit Braves. Again, 2 really young teams.
Yeah.
And with no seniors that are starting in this game, can have no seniors at all. And so it should be a fun matchup.
It's got to be frightening for the rest of 2A that you got a semifinal matchup with not a single senior on the floor.
That's right.
To start, anyway.
And Kanab will be dressed in their road reds with the white letters and numbers and white trim. They'll be going left to right across your radio dial, TV, and computer screen. And North Summit dressed in their home whites with the purple letters and numbers, purple and gold trim. They'll be going right to left. Scott, any keys as we get ready for the start?
I think the keys to the game will be the inside play, to be honest. I think there's a pretty good matchup on the guard line. I think it's going to come down to both Langston and Little inside.
Little stands, maybe 2 inches taller?
Yeah, she does.
Langston's a little stronger. Officials are set ready to go. It'll be Little for Kanab, Langston for North Summit, tipping it off. Ball is in the air, went Little's side, and she wins the tip, but it's controlled by Heartland Richens. Down the lane, taken away by Houston on the pass. Houston coming the other way for Kanab.
Yeah, first turnover of the game.
Up top is Anna Cutler. Top of the key, guarded by Richens. Hands off to Gilbert. Gilbert goes left side high to Houston. Into the corner to Cutler. Cutler off the screen, steps into a 3. Round the rim, no good. Little the rebound. And Murdoch knocks it out of her hands as she got her hand on the ball.
A turnover for both teams on the first possession.
Back the other way comes Richens. She'll go left wing to Peterson, looking for Langston inside. They lob to her. Backside help got there late. Langston misses the left side layup. And Little the rebound for Kanab.
Yeah, good position by Little. Langston had to take that little hop deep into the baseline, made the angle for the shot a tough one.
Cutler across the timeline. Works her way left side and hands to Houston. Houston off the screen by Janes. Pick and roll back to Janes. Dribbles in against Langston. Blocked on the shot by Langston. And Peterson has it for Kanab, or for North Summit, but Cutler picks off the pass down the floor. And now Richens tips it away, and North Summit gets it right back. And now Murdoch gets it to Peterson. Kanab wanted to travel there, didn't get it.
Yeah, almost. Well, no one had the ball, so no travel. Almost another turnover.
A little frenetic right now. Sargent dribbles in. Got cut off on the drive. Kicks it out to Peterson. Left wing, they swing it around. Richens holding. Dribbles baseline. Got it to Langston. Turnaround shot. Off the glass. No good. Little able to disrupt it. Rebounds on the ground, and Little has it.
They're able to corral that. A little bit of nerves at the first of the game. The ball bouncing around like popcorn on the floor.
Cutler walks up the floor for the Cowboys. 10-second violation is called as there is 24 seconds on the shot clock. And Coach Glover questions it.
Well, it's on,
it's
on the clock.
Basketball. Yep.
We've seen that a couple times where, you just don't realize that it's 10 seconds. In the past, when they're counting it out, they almost didn't count that kind of a possession.
Richens brings it up, goes left side high to Peterson. 6:10 to go in the first quarter. To the wing to Richens. Cut off on the drive. Janes knocks the pass out of bounds. North Summit ball.
Yeah, Taylor Janes jumps up, two-hand, puts it back out on the sideline.
Richens will inbound on the near sideline in the corner. 6:06 to go in the first quarter. No score. Looking for Langston, and Janes knocks it right into the ref. Out of bounds.
There you go. That's two deflections for Taylor Janes. Janes actually the granddaughter of one of the people I work with. She and Kaysen both of Michelle Barton.
Richens to inbound, and 5-second violation, or did she step forward and touch the line? Either way, it's a violation for North Summit. 3 turnovers for each team here. No points.
Yeah, no score, 3 turnovers.
I'm not even sure they've each gotten 3 shots off.
I don't think they have.
Yeah.
Have we had a shot? Yeah, the one.
Langston's had a couple. And we had a block down here.
We did. So really.
Left wing is Houston. Guarded tight by Peterson. Goes into the wing to Gilbert underneath to Janes. Janes working on Murdoch. Had the ball poked away. Gets it back out to Gilbert. She'll set for 3. Short off the rim. Just barely drew the iron. And Cutler the rebound for the Cowboys. She'll step out for 3. In and out. Rebound Langston for North Summit.
Yeah, strong rebound. Had good position on Little. Reaches back with the left hand. Corrals the rebound.
Richens up ahead to Sargent. Into the corner back to Richens. Driving baseline. She'll pull up 6-footer. She got past the defense. Missed it short. And the rebound to Houston. Eventually the lid's going to come off the 2 baskets. Cutler steps into a transition 3. Off the glass, didn't draw iron. Rebound on the ground. Sargent has it for North Summit.
You can see one of the things Kanab does. Riley Little gets up and down the floor very quickly. So those quick shots by Cutler. Little's there for the rebound.
Right wing Sargent. She's going to dribble in against the defense. Goes into the corner now to Richens. They lob in for Langston. Triple team. Goes high post to Peterson. Dribbles in the lane. 8-footer. Off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounds on the ground. Tipped out by Cutler. Cutler comes up with it. She's going to push down the right side of the floor. Peterson from behind. Pokes it away. Picked up by Murdoch.
My goodness. No scoring yet in this one. But here's
down
the
the
first
floor to
bucket.
Langston. And she'll get the layup.
After all of that, 2-0. Took almost half of a quarter.
4:36 to go. Now Houston steps into a 3. She misses it short. Richens the long rebound. Able to dribble around Gilbert. Down the floor she comes. Weaves through traffic. Left side layup. High out the glass. No good. Rebound by Gilbert for Kanab.
Yeah, I think Houston got a hand on that with the block.
2-0 North Summit. Cutler brings it across the timeline. It'll slow things down.
She did have 5 seconds to get it across, though.
Pass comes left side to Houston. Peterson pokes it away and gets the steal. She's going the other way. Right side layup is good. 4-0 North Summit. 5 turnovers for Kanab.
5 turnovers results in so that's 4 points all off of turnovers.
Under 4 to go in the first quarter. Kanab still looking for their first point. Left side high Gilbert crosses over. Kicks it out to Janes. Janes up top, guarded by Murdoch. Looking for Cutler, not there. They come to Houston. Lob down the lane for Little. Quick turn off the glass and in. What a finish.
And that was a tough shot. There's some strength with the freshman as she fought through the block.
Back to the way. Peterson takes a bump and gets the bucket off the glass and in. Peterson with 4.
Oh, Peterson took the bump, flew backwards, expecting the call, and got the bucket anyway.
Timeout called by Coach Glover with 3:23 to go in the first quarter. It is North Summit 6, Kanab 2 in the girls' semifinal game on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer or stop by any branch.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. Bookmark TeamHive.live, Utah's new home for streaming high school sports and other events. Powered by Centricom Local 10.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back here to Salt Lake Community College. 6-2, North Summit with the early lead over Kanab in this 2A girls semifinal game. Kanab basketball out of the timeout.
Yeah, Little out of the game to start the 3:19 mark of the first quarter.
Right wing is Houston. Pick and roll inside to Janes. Puts it up against Langston. Partially blocked off the glass. Rebound Richens coming the other way for North Summit. 2-on-1. Lobs left side for Sargent. Gathers it back to Richens. 8-footer on the baseline. No good off the rim. Cutler the rebound for the Lady Cowboys.
Had all the makings of a great fast break, but it never really materialized.
Becca Rogers and Savannah Bateman came into the game for Kanab at that quarter break, and now Cutler loses it out of bounds. 6th Kanab turnover.
Yeah, 6th turnover, only the 2 points. Kanab very fortunate they're not down by more than 4 with that many turnovers.
Yeah. Up the floor comes Richens. Goes right wing to Sargent. 6-2 lead. Now to Langston. She steps out, working against the zone. Goes left side out of Peterson. She'll set for 3. Nothing but net. Presley Peterson with 7, and it's a 7-point Brave lead.
That one looked good from the minute it left her hand. From our vantage point, it was a perfect angle, and it looked good and was.
Across the timeline, Cutler. 2:25 to go in the first quarter. She hands off to Bateman. And that's going to be a reach-in foul on Peterson as she tried to get another poke away and steal. This time she picks up her first foul.
Yeah, she thought she had the advantage there, but she poked with the right hand instead of the left, which created the foul. It's almost every time you're going to pick up a foul with that crossbody steal.
Into the game, Sage Staten now for Kanab. And Riley Little back in as Rogers and Janes come out. Now Cutler lobs in for Little, backing down. Langston puts up the shot against her. Got it to go again. Riley Little with 4 points.
Just that devastating inside presence, Riley Little. There haven't been very many people that can stop her with that.
Yeah. Right corner, Richens. Goes inside to Murdoch, 15-footer on the way, missed it short. Bateman the rebound, hands to Cutler. Under 2 to go in the quarter. 5-point lead for the North Summit Braves. Cutler up top, works her way high right side. Bounces in for Little, kicked by Richards out of bounds. Kanab basketball on the baseline.
You know, Peterson averages 9 points a game, 8 first quarter points, and she's having a great game so far, the junior for North Summit.
Khalees Tamaiko into the game, one of the few seniors for North Summit. She comes in for Langston, and Jane's back in for Kanab. They lob in for Little, especially with Langston out. She makes the catch, puts the shot up, no good. Got her on rebound, goes back up off the glass too hard, and the rebound to Peterson for North Summit.
A lot of people wanted over the back, but she was way up above the players.
Richards backs out, goes right side high to Sargent. Lobs down the lane for Peterson, bounces underneath to Tamaiko, puts it up, missed it short, and a foul on the rebound will go against North Summit.
So it might be on Tamika, we'll see.
Yep, Khalees Tamaiko.
Only second team foul for North Summit. Lead stays 5.
Cutler will bring it up the floor for the Lady Cowboys. Works her way high left side to Bateman in the left corner. Quick pass to Little. Working on Tamaiko, working on an up and under. And a foul called. That'll be a quick second one on Tamaiko, and Coach Holmes doesn't like it.
Yeah, that's really quick. Tamaiko kind of backing as she does those pivot steps, put a little bit of pressure on the backside.
Cutler inbound 4 low for the Lady Cowboys. Quick pass into the corner to Jane. She'll hand back to Cutler. Bounces up top to Bateman. Pump fake on the 3. One dribble. Now goes right wing to Houston. Houston dribbles in right to left. Kicks it left side. Janes has it. She'll go to Cutler. Cutler comes left to right across the key. Hands off back to Bateman. Pump fake on the shot. Off the screen by Janes. And now she'll come back out to Cutler.
Yeah, good defense by North Summit, just catching the cutters and not allowing the roll.
Cutler high on the right side. Goes to the wing to Bateman. Quick pass into Little, and another foul will be called on Tamaiko, and she picks up 3 quick ones.
That's trouble for North Summit, because that's not only are they getting into foul trouble, but that's their backup in the middle to Langston, so it puts Langston in heavy action, the whole game.
Jessa West and Maddie Croxford into the game for North Summit along with Chesley Langston. And Coach Glover unable to counter. Didn't get there into the table in time.
Yeah.
So it'll be Cutler on the right side. Dribbles in, hands off to Janes. Works her way right to left in the lane, puts up the runner too hard off the glass, and the rebound is on the ground, and both teams dive for it. Janes comes up with it. And they're going to call a foul on Janes.
Wow. That one surprises me a little.
Yeah. So it'll be foul on Taylor James, her first. I don't know what.
Well, the only one.
No.
Oh, they fixed it. Okay, so they call that on 21. No, they call that on Emily Cutler, they said.
She doesn't out there.
I don't know.
That's not even a person.
That's what he said. I don't know. Mystery foul, if any.
Yeah. So left side high is Cutler. She'll come up top to James. Right wing to Gilbert. Gilbert dribbles in, had the basketball knocked away, gets it back, throws it up, but the shot clock sounds. So they must not have called anything. I don't know what they would have.
Well, they didn't, because I've got 4 personal fouls, didn't add one on, so that had to have been
the shot clock didn't reset either. So
yeah, so it had to have been just a no call.
Yeah, because the arrow still goes to Kanab. So
yeah.
Just an inadvertent whistle. In the corner, Richens, short corner now she goes to Murdoch. Murdoch picks it up. Bounces it back out to Richens, lobs in for Langston, taken away by Little, and Kanab coming the other way with Cutler. She'll cross over, gets in the lane, 1 second left, doesn't get it off as the horn sounds at the end of 1 quarter of play. It's number 2, North Summit 9, number 3, Kanab 4 in this 2A girls semifinal on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
You've known for years that you can trust Lumber Plus True Value to have the best prices on all of your home project needs, big and small, from hardware to lawn and garden. But did you know you can also rely on True Value to carry your favorite brands for your household's basic needs as well? Lumber Plus carries thick, absorbent paper towels, cleaning supplies, batteries, seasonal items, and don't forget to check out their outstanding bargain of the month. Visit Lumber Plus True Value, 227 East, 300 South in Kanab.
For more than 40 years, Jones and DeMille Engineering has been shaping the quality of life of those around us. They are committed to the communities in which they live and work and take pride in being able to protect and enhance them. As a full-service civil engineering firm, they strive to serve with a professional, personalized touch to provide value that reaches beyond the project, earning their reputation as the go-to resource for planning and infrastructure needs. Jones and DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life together.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back here to Salt Lake Community College. 9-4 is your score. 5-point lead for North Summit as we come into the second quarter. Ashland Houston with the basketball for Kanab. High on the left side. Picks up her dribble, comes up top to James. James goes right wing to Gilbert. Gilbert works her way right to left, now backs out. Hands off to Little, left side high to Houston. Houston dribbles in, got cut off from the free throw line, now looks for some help, able to get it out to James. James going to dribble left side, puts up the shot, blocked by Langston.
Yeah, Langston, great job keeping the hands straight up. Just drop the hands onto the ball.
7.5 to go here in the second quarter. Left side high is Peterson for the Braves. Comes out to Croxford. Skips it left side to Richens. She'll rise for 3. Snuck it over the front of the rim. Heartland Richens with a big three-pointer.
Yeah, her first 3 points of the game. Second 3-pointer for North Summit.
Left side driving is Houston. Hands off to Bateman. She'll step out. Hand off in the corner back to Houston. Houston dribbles in. Got the ball knocked away as she tried to pass it out. Now up the floor it comes. Knocked away by Janes, and Kanab gets it right back. She'll pick up her dribble. North Summit wanted to travel on the stop. Didn't get it. Three-pointer for Bateman. Nothing but net. Savannah Bateman with a big triple.
You know, Ashland Houston, Savannah Bateman, both very proficient from outside the arc.
Right side high, Croxford. Left side high, they swing it around to Peterson. Goes to the high post to Langston as she steps out to the three-point line. Back to Peterson for 3. Off the back of the rim, no good. And Houston the rebound for Kanab. 12-7 Braves. And now a double dribble will be called as Richens got her hand in there, and Houston used an extra hand.
Yeah, actually, Richens super quick. And the foot speed and the hand speed, exceptional for the sophomore.
Into the game now, Charlie Sargent for North Summit. She'll check back in as Croxford leaves. And Anna Cutler back in for Kanab. Right side high is Sargent. Hands off on the wing to Peterson. Skips it up top. Cutler jumps the passing lane. She's going the other way. Sargent giving chase. Cutler left side layup. Too hard, but a foul called, and Cutler will go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, Cutler does a really great job. Make sure of the contact, goes to the line. That was a really good job, both jumping the lane but also not slowing down as she took it right to the rim.
That is the 5th foul on North Summit, none on Kanab.
Wow.
As Cutler makes the first free throw.
This is actually the first free throw of the game also.
Second one is good.
First points of the game for the junior Anna Cutler.
12-9, 3-point game. Up top is Richards. Crosses over, spins down the lane, bounces across for Murdoch, able to gather it, tries to pass up top, knocked away by Kanab. Bateman has it for the Lady Cowboys. She'll slow things down. Kicked it over to Cutler. Again, North Summit wanted to travel, doesn't get it. Cutler drives right side, off the glass too hard, and rebound to the backside. Peterson rips it away from Little.
Yeah, you'd almost call that a turnover on Kanab. Little had it. Peterson rips it away, but we'll just give her the rebound. Peterson
dribbles in the lane, puts the shot blocked and a foul called, and Presley Peterson will go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, I think that's going to be Taylor James, and it'll be her second personal foul.
Remember, they didn't call one earlier.
Oh, they didn't.
They waved that one off, so it was her first.
That's right, first personal foul. I've got to fix my book on that. But as James, she floated into Peterson and pushed Peterson to the right. Up and in.
So Presley Peterson now with 8 points to lead all scorers.
She hits her average at the 5:36 mark.
Second free throw off the rim, no good. And the rebound goes to Sage Staten into the game now for Kanab. 5.5 to go in the first half, 13-9 North Summit. Cutler across the timeline, guarded by Richards. Allowing the offense to try to get set, which means right now nobody's moving. So.
Nobody's moving at all. Cutler's waiting for it.
Goes off the screen, picks up her dribble on the baseline, hands off to Bateman in the corner. Bateman will come back around.
Shot clock short at 7.
Yep. Cutler goes right to left, kicks to the wing to Houston for 3. Short off the rim. Rebound, Murdoch.
Yeah,
right now, North Summit's been stronger on those rebounds.
Yeah, strong rebound by Hazelyn Murdoch as she just ripped that away.
We've seen that a few times from North Summit. Left wing Peterson dribbles in, steps to the defense as she pulls up and she travels.
Yeah, I think that second, I did see the second player was that came over, caused the hesitation. And that's already 4 turnovers was what I have in the second quarter for North Summit.
8 in the game.
Yeah, 8 and 9 for Kanab. So at one point, Kanab had the advantage or the disadvantage in that area.
Left wing Houston, and she'll be fouled. Looks like by Sargent. Nope, they're going to go. Yeah, it is on Sargent, which will be her second. 6th team foul.
So from here on out, the Kanab Cowboys in the bonus. And again, still 1 personal foul in the whole half on Kanab.
Pass comes in to Cutler. On the volleyball line. Going to drive right side as they cleared it out. Nice pass across to Riley Little for the left-hand finish.
How about Anna Cutler as she drew the whole defense and just fed it perfectly to Little.
Right wing Sargent out to Richards. 4:20 to go in the second quarter. 2-point game. North Summit 13, Kanab 11 in this girls semifinal. High is Langston out to Peterson. She dribbles inside the free throw line, gets it dumped underneath the Murdoch, blocked by Little. Staten has it for the Lady Cowboys.
Yeah, Little blocked that with the left hand instead of the right.
They lob in for Little as she gets inside position, puts it up off the glass and in, and we're tied at 13.
Holy cow.
That was an incredible finish.
Yes, it was. It's a 6-0 run by Kanab.
Left side high on the wing is Peterson. Off the screen by Langston, goes right wing to Richards, pump fake, she'll dribble in. Nice handoff to Langston, off the glass and in.
Wow, they've done that quite a few times. 4 points for Chesley Langston.
15-13, North Summit. Cutler goes left wing to Houston. Lobs inside for Little, working on Langston. Got position again with a little drop step and a left-hand finish.
The left-hand finish by the freshman. 10 points into double figures goes Riley Little.
Tied at 15, 3:15 to go in the half. Up top, Richards. Lobs left wing. Murdoch with it. Back out to Richards. Skips into the far corner to Langston. She'll drive baseline, puts it the 15-footer, missed it short. And Little this time rips the rebound away, but a jump ball called instead, so North Summit basketball.
Yeah, both players had a good hold of that one. It's down the baseline. Quick substitutions in will be Taylor James and then also Maddie Croxford back in the game.
Inbounding is Richards. Try to get it to Murdoch, knocked it out of bounds by James. Remains North Summit ball on the baseline.
Is this the second tie of the game?
Yes.
Okay.
13-13, 15-15. They lob for Langston in the right junction. 12-footer on the way, nothing but net. Langston with 6.
Yeah, Langston leading scorer for the North Summit Braves, and you can see why.
Off the floor now comes Cutler. Driving down the right side. Cut off on the baseline. Shook the defense. Kicked it out to Janes. Janes guarded tight. North Summit again wants a travel call. Doesn't get it. Now Janes dribbles in. Lost the basketball. Peterson ties her up. And it'll be a jump ball. Stays with Kanab.
Yeah, Peterson just really smartly drives in, and as James tried to pick up the dribble to avoid the foul, was it all tied up.
17-15 North Summit in this 2A girls semifinal. Winner moves on to the state championship. Cutler to inbound. Gets it into James. Right back to Cutler. Works her way up top to Bateman. Pump fake on the shot. Dribbles left side. Step back. 17-footer. Off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound is a foul going to go against Kanab.
I think Bateman reaches in.
Now she came flying in.
Yep.
That is the case.
So just the second team foul. So no foul trouble for the Kanab Cowboys.
2:33 to go in the half. 17-15 North Summit.
I'm most surprised we haven't seen Savannah Houston shooting from outside a little bit more in this one. Or Richens as well.
Pass inside for Langston off her hands, out of bounds. Kanab basketball. So
yeah.
You said Savannah Houston. If you mean Bateman and Houston, or
I meant Savannah Houston.
Or Ashland Houston.
Ashland Houston.
Okay. Savannah Bateman, Ashland Houston.
Yeah.
That's why I asked if you meant both. It works for both.
And then I wanted to say Hadley Richens, but I couldn't think of that one either.
And that's her sister.
It is.
So
the little sister.
Heartland Richens.
Heartland. I'm going to get those down.
Missed three by Houston. Rebound by North Summit. They're coming the other way. Left wing to Peterson. Short corner she goes. Now down the lane from Murdoch to Langston. And she knocks down the 10-footer. Langston with 8. Back to a 4-point North Summit lead.
Yeah, Chesley Langston is money from about 8 out. And beautiful passes inside to her. Wide open.
Up the floor comes Cutler. Hands off on the left wing to Bateman. She'll dribble in left to right. Bounces it out to Houston. Right wing to Cutler. Cutler off the screen. She'll back out. Minute and a half to go in the first half. 4-point Braves lead. Cutler hands off to Houston. Goes to James. James going to face up, and she traveled as she picked up her pivot foot.
Here, the North Summit student body trying to help out with 3 seconds.
The 3-2-1 chant.
Yeah, they are.
Timeout called. We'll take it. 1:25 to go in the half in the 2A semifinal. North Summit 19, Kanab 15 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
Centricom believes the service relationship continues long after installation, and we're available to support you every step of the way. That's why if there is a problem with our equipment, a service visit from us means no cost to you. We know the value of a satisfied customer, so if you refer us to a friend, we'll take care of them and you'll get 1 month of service free. We promise to make your experience the best it can be. Centricom, keeping you connected.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back to Salt Lake Community College, 19-15 North Summit and the basketball. This 2A girls semifinal game with 1:20 to go in the first half. Richens ahead to Maddie Croxford. Into the corner to Langston, back out to Richens. High post to Peterson. Stripped on the way down the lane. Ball's loose, picked up by Little.
Yeah, Houston with the strip, and 7 turnovers now for North Summit.
Up top is Cutler. Works her way left side of the handoff to Bateman. Bateman takes a bump from Peterson as Peterson hits the floor. Houston hands back to Bateman. She'll take the 3. Off the rim, no good, and Langston the rebound for the Braves. Down the floor comes Richens. Crosses over on the left side. Steps back. Now comes out to Langston. She'll take the deep 3 and knocks it down. Chesley Langston with 11.
Not only a 3, but a men's college 3. That one was way out there.
Yes, it was.
7-0 run by North Summit.
Cutler off the screen. Hands off right wing to Houston. She'll take the 3. Too hard. Gets her own rebound. Kicks it out to Little. Little hands to Cutler. She'll take the top of the key 3. And she rims it in. Anna Cutler's first basket of the game. She has 5.
Scoring starting to heat up now.
15 seconds to go in the half. 4-point Braves lead. Right wing Croxford. Down to 10. Goes right wing to Peterson. Down to 6. Gets into the short corner. Murdoch driving baseline. Goes to Langston. 15-footer from the left elbow. Nothing but net. Langston on fire. She has 13 as the first half comes to an end.
Wow.
And after 2, it is a number 3 at North Summit 24. Number 2 North Summit 24. Number 3 Kanab 18. We've got the Jones and Emil Engineering halftime show coming up next on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom. For super low prices and weekly specials, stop by Kane County's full-service grocer, Glazier's Family Market in Kanab. Not only do they have the highest standard of customer service and the friendliest checkers in Utah, but you'll save 15 cents per gallon of high-quality Chevron gasoline when you spend $50 or more. Save at Glazier's Family Market with their weekly specials, and be sure to check out their digital ads. Check out the Stage Stop convenience store. For guaranteed freshness in their meat and produce and short lines, visit Kane County's full-service grocer, Glazier's Family Market in Kanab.
For enjoyable Western dining, there's only one stop in southern Utah, Houston's Trails Inn Restaurant in Kanab. Stop in for their special chicken fried steak with Bob's homemade country gravy and delicious Western entrees. They also offer takeout. Just call 644-2488. That's 644-2488. Houston's Trails Inn features remote site catering. Anywhere, anytime, anyplace. Just phone 435-899-2140. So make plans to stop by Houston's Trails Inn Restaurant and mobile catering in Kanab, where the waitresses wear guns on their hips and a smile on their lips.
You won't believe what the soda fountain serves at Kanab Drug. Groves of people are touting their new delicious hot paninis, deli sandwiches, wraps, and of course soothing smoothies, shakes, malts, cones, sundaes, and sodas. Kanab Drug Soda Fountain is open until 10 p.m. featuring a fabulous outdoor patio with games. Browse Kanab Drug's unique toys, games, and gifts, or take advantage of their full-service pharmacy that offers drive-through service with a friendly, helpful staff. Since 1916, Kanab Drug in Kanab. Visit them on Facebook or go to KanabUnitedDrug.com.
The Kane County School District is proud to serve students and parents in Kane County while making it a priority to focus on every student every day. Kane County School District makes it easy and convenient to find information about local schools, the district calendar, announcements, Board of Education minutes, as well as your students' grades and attendance, all at kanek12.org. That's kanek12.org. You can also follow the Kane County School District on Facebook. Rigor, Relationships, Relevance. The Kane County School District.
Hi. I'm Dustin Shakespeare, the Central Region Pathways Coordinator. Do you know what pathways are offered at your high school that connect with Snow College? Students enrolled in career technical education courses can develop valuable real-world technical skills and a strong academic foundation. Over 630 students completed CTE pathways last year in the Central Utah region. Our 35 pathways empower students to explore career options, pursue what they are passionate about, and earn valuable industry certifications. To learn more about these career pathways, talk to your CTE teachers and school counselors today.
Honey's Marketplace invites you to experience their refreshing variety and signature items. Honey's Marketplace features a wide selection of camping supplies, a garden nursery, and fresh floral department. Experience fresh-baked artisan breads and pastries in their bakery. Check out their great cut fruit program with wonderful fresh-cut fruit daily. And everyone loves Honey's famous talking truck, Rusty. Get all this with the hometown service you deserve. Fresh, friendly, and close to home. Honey's Marketplace, 260 East, 300 South in Kanab.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
And we're back here at Salt Lake Community College as we watch the North Summit cheerleaders entertain the crowd here at the Lifetime Activity Center. At the half in this 2A girls semifinal, it is number 2 North Summit 24, number 3 Kanab 18. This is the Jones and DeMille Engineering halftime show. From slam dunks to buzzer beaters, the Jones and DeMille Engineering team is here to help you tackle the toughest infrastructure issues. That's Jones and DeMille Engineering. And Scott, your takeaway from this first half?
Well, the first half was a little bit sloppy, actually. I think the end of that first half ended up with some pretty good offensive production. Other than that, I think the story of the first half has been turnovers.
Yeah.
You know, for both teams, a lot of them. And so you could say good defense and some sloppy offense as well, but a lot of turnovers. I think I've got Kanab with 9.
I've got 10.
That's what I meant, was 10, and 11 for North Summit. So that's 21. It balances each other out, but it results in a lower scoring game.
Yeah. Yeah, so there you go. There's a look at those turnover stats. Let's look at our first half scoring stats. First off, for North Summit, they have the lead. How they look, Scott?
Well, you've got Chesley Langston, who ended up with, 11 points in that second quarter. She was the reason that North Summit has a 6-point lead. She had 11 points, 2 in the first, 13 points. And she, it's one of those times it looks like she can see the bottom of the net every single time she shoots. The rim's gotten really big for her. 13 first half points, leads all scorers. 9 for Presley Peterson and 3 for Heartland Richens. So only 3 players have scored, and it's mainly Presley Peterson and
just
Chesley Langston.
8 for Peterson, right?
Yes, 8. Yeah, glad I corrected that. 10 points for Riley Little She leads the Kanab Cowboys. 5 points for Anna Cutler and 3 for Savannah Bateman. So both teams have only had 3 players score.
And as you mentioned, we were expecting Ashland Houston to ultimately maybe find a way to get hot and get moving for Kanab. On the other side, for North Summit, there's, you've got Murdoch or Sargent that can score as well. And, of course, Richens has only scored 3. And so she's one that you expect to maybe get going in a little more as well for the North Summit Lady Braves.
Well, and if you look at it, you've got, on the Brave side, you've got Langston, Richens, and Murdoch, who average 14, 15, 15, and 10. And they are well below their season averages. And you do have to credit the defense. You can't just say, it's sloppy offensive basketball. These are 2 very quick teams. You've got Heartland Richens is very quick on the front side. Anna Cutler equally as good on that side. And any passes in the middle that aren't high to Langston and Little on both sides of the floor are being knocked down and deflected by the defenders of both teams.
The way the game started, you can't wonder if there was just a lot of nerves for these 2 teams as well.
Yeah.
They both had 5 turnovers before they even scored a point. I mean, it was definitely a slow start, and North Summit settled in first, and they've got that 6-point lead.
Well, and we also have to remember that these are young teams as well. So the tournament, because the semis, there's a lot more pressure than the quarters even. And, in a championship game, even more than that. So teams have to grow as they progress through the tournament. And these 2 teams growing into it.
You look at our game is here, and we've had great semifinals so far. Beaver with the 9-point win over Draper AP after being tied at 50 with 2 minutes left. And then you've got a 6-point game here. In the 3A semifinals, it's been anything but great games. Grantsville led Carbon 40-5 at halftime.
That was incredible.
Ended up winning, I believe, 62-21. Yes, it was. And then at the half, Morgan leads Richfield 38-22.
Oh, my goodness. That's a surprising score.
Me too.
Richfield really, they have a great team. A little surprised to see them down so far.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that one. But there's your halftime scores down in 3A with your score update. We appreciate Zion's Way Home Health and Hospice for their sponsorship as well of the Kanab Lady Cowboys here to bring you this coverage at the 2A state tournament. Any other thoughts on the half?
No, I don't think so. I think it's been a great game, and I think it comes down to, other players in this one. You've got Little. We talked about it. Little and Langston are leading their teams 10 and 13 respectively. And so, who's the next person up that's going to score for either one of these teams? And that will be the difference in this one. Right now it's the Braves by 6. And, someone's going to have to step up and hit those. Is it going to be Houston? Is it going to be Peterson? Some more. She had 8 first quarter points. But it's the other people. Is it going to be Hazelyn Murdoch? Is it going to be Charlie Sargent? Could it be Bateman and Houston? I mean, someone else has got to step up for these 2 teams.
Yes, they do. We appreciate Zion's Way Home Health and Hospice. They offer both home health care and hospice care to those in need in Kanab. Their home health team is dedicated to providing the best possible recovery, while their hospice care team provides compassionate professionals who will coordinate care with the physicians of the patient's choice in order to address all of their emotional, physical, and spiritual needs. With Zion's Way Home Health, individuals can rest assured that they'll be receiving the highest quality of care. Call 435-644-3322 for more information. And Zion's Way Home Health and Hospice in Kanab. This has been the Jones Intermill Engineering Halftime Show. They applaud the teams for hard work, dedication, and commitment. The race for excellence has no finish line. At the half, number 2, North Summit 24, number 18, Kanab 18 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. Bookmark TeamHive.live, Utah's new home for streaming high school sports and other events. Powered by Centricom Local 10.
You've known for years that you can trust Lumber Plus True Value to have the best prices on all of your home project needs, big and small, from hardware to lawn and garden. But did you know you could also rely on True Value to carry your favorite brands for your household's basic needs as well? Lumber Plus carries thick, absorbent paper towels, cleaning supplies, batteries, seasonal items, and don't forget to check out their outstanding bargain of the month. Visit Lumber Plus True Value, 227 East, 300 South in Kanab.
For more than 40 years, Jones & DeMille Engineering has been shaping the quality of life of those around us. They are committed to the communities in which they live and work and take pride in being able to protect and enhance them. As a full-service civil engineering firm, they strive to serve with a professional, personalized touch to provide value that reaches beyond the project, earning their reputation as the go-to resource for planning and infrastructure needs. Jones & DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life together.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back to Salt Lake Community College. Robert Lovell with you alongside Scott Langford as we go to the second half. 6-point lead for North Summit. And a pass up top is errant off the mark. Picked up by Houston. Kanab coming the other way. Bounces left side to Gilbert. Scoop with the left hand. Too hard. Little the offensive rebound. She goes back up. No good. Rebound by Houston to Cutler. Steps to her left. Up top Houston. Straight away three. Short off the rim. High rebound. Little has it. Back up and in. Count it and she's fouled.
Wow, 3 offensive rebounds on that set. And Riley Little put his back up and in, scoring point number 12, possibly 13. That was a big bucket to start the third.
And the foul goes on Chesley Langston. That's her first.
No real foul trouble in the game for either team. You've got Tomeko with 2, 3.
And they were in about 40 seconds of game time. Free throw no good by Little. Rebound by Langston. Now Richens will bring it up the floor. Left side high, Peterson. Comes up top to Sargent. Nothing back door. Now she comes to the wing to Richens. Lobs inside for Peterson. Puts it up off the side of the backboard. No good. Gets her own rebound. Tries to pass down the lane. Got tipped right to Langston, and she's fouled on the shot. Free throws coming for Chesley Langston.
Yeah, Langston has been really the main contributor for these North Summit Braves. Her ability to shoot from the outside makes her incredibly dangerous at her size.
Foul goes against Emily Gilbert. Her first. Team's first as Langston knocks down the first one. She has 14. Really soft shooting touch.
Yeah, how about those two centers both coming out in this third quarter and making a difference?
Taylor Janes, the rebound on the second missed free throw. 25-20, North Summit on top. Cutler brings it up against Richens, works her way right side of the pass to Gilbert. Now inside to Little, working on Langston, got inside of the drop step again and lays it up and in.
Really, just what a talent underneath.
Coach Holmes talking to his junior center, Langston, of how he wants her to defend her. Left wing, the ball gets tipped away on the hand out to Peterson. Peterson runs it down near the timeline.
Oh.
And now I've got a violation traveling on North Summit.
Yeah, she expected Langston to actually roll on that, and when she didn't, had nowhere to go. Already two turnovers.
So Kanab can pull to within one or possibly tie. Up top is Cutler. Bounces right wing to Gilbert. Quick passing for Little as she got inside again. Blocked this time by Langston from behind. And Murdoch comes up with it for the Braves. Down the floor comes Richens. Goes right side high to Sargent. Up top to Murdoch. They're looking for Langston. Couldn't get it to her. The backside help was there. Now they lob down the lane for Murdoch as she got past Janes off the glass and into the left side.
Yeah, first bucket for Hazelyn Murdoch. But what a pass from Peterson. Perfectly timed and to the right altitude and space.
Cutler across the timeline. Guarded tight by Richens. Hands off to Gilbert on the volleyball line. Gilbert worked her way right to left. Hands to Janes. Janes going to drive left side. Kicks it back out to the wing to Houston. Houston driving baseline. Puts up the 8-foot runner and gets it to go. Her first points.
Yeah, that was a pretty shot. Tough one from underneath the backboard.
Back the other way comes North Summit. Sargent dribbles to the baseline. Out to Murdoch. Up top Richens. Thought about the three. Now steps back as she goes off the screen. Goes right wing to Sargent. She'll set for three. Nails it. Charlie Sargent's first points.
Well, we talked about who else is going to step up. And on 2 consecutive possessions, you got Murdoch with a 2, Sargent with a 3.
And on the Kanab side, Houston with a bucket, her first bucket. Houston on the other side now for 3. Off the rim, no good. Little the rebound. High, she fades away, misses the putback. Rebound on the ground, picked up by Richens for North Summit. She'll bring it the other way. Drives right side, right past everybody. Too hard off the glass. Wow. Little the rebound for Kanab.
Great drive, just too much velocity.
Cutler crosses over, drives on Peterson. Cut off on the baseline, comes back out to Houston. She'll set for 3. Nothing but net. Ashlyn Houston with 5. It's a 3-point game.
Yeah, 5 quick ones. And Ashlyn Houston, uncharacteristic. She averages 11 points a game, now with 5, all in the third.
30-27, North Summit. The 2-3 semifinal game. Sargent on the right wing. Cutler sagging. One dribble, comes out to the corner to Langston. Inside to Murdoch, off her hands, picked up by Houston. Going the other way for Kanab. She'll drive in against Peterson. Peterson flies by. Houston lost the basketball. Able to gather it, and a foul will be called.
I think that will go on Hazelyn Murdoch as she gave a little bit of a push. And kind of an odd exchange as Peterson goes high in the air. And it looked like Houston actually kind of pushed her out of the way.
Yeah, I was expecting Peterson to set up for a charge.
Yeah, me too.
But instead flew by, and you're right, Murdoch picks up the foul, her first. Team's at second. Bounce pass comes into Little, hands out to Cutler. She curls into the key. 12-footer down the lane, nothing but net. Anna Cutler now with 7, and it's a 1-point North Summit lead.
Yeah, that is a tough shot for Anna Cutler.
Right wing Sargent bounces inside for Murdoch, and a foul will be called on Sage Staten right as she checks into the game. That'll be her first.
Yeah, just too much body on the baseline trying to keep her out of position.
Savannah Bateman into the game for Staten. Richens inbound underneath. It's inside, got it to Peterson, off the glass and in.
So that was just strength by Presley Peterson as she just kind of muscled her way up and pushed the lead back to 3.
Cutler will bring it across the timeline. Lost the basketball. Richens comes up with a steal. Down the floor comes Richens. Able to get past Cutler. Misses off the glass. Sargent the rebound. She'll go back up. No good. Little the rebound for Kanab. Down the floor to Cutler. She'll bring it down the left side. Step into a transition 3. Short off the rim. Murdoch the rebound for the Braves.
Cutler with that soft shot just left it a little short. She was out a little bit further than I think she wanted to be. Oh.
Richens.
Got away with the travel.
Yeah, Kanab wanted that travel.
Yeah.
Up top is Richens. Working her way against Gilbert. Spins in the lane. Puts it the shot. Off the glass. Missed it short. And Bateman the rebound for Kanab.
Yeah, that was a tough try for Heartland Richens.
Up the floor to Cutler. Cutler drives past Peterson. Takes the bump. And the free throw's coming for Anna Cutler as she misses the shot short. And she's slow to get up. Holding her left. I thought she was holding her left ankle, but she's slow to get up. Maybe it's her right ankle.
Yeah, it does look like the right ankle.
She's going to walk to the free throw line.
That's good.
Coach Glover came out, but.
So does he? If he comes out, does he have to remove the player?
That's the good question. The officials are talking to him about it.
And he says you will have to sub her out. So.
Do they let her shoot or not? They don't even let her shoot. So Cutler will come out, and Janes will come in. Tamaiko comes in for North Summit, while Langston will come out. The foul was on Murdoch. That was her second.
Yep, second personal.
First free throw from Janes. In and out and fell off the rim.
6 little bounces and then rolled off to the right.
One more for Janes. Taylor James still looking for her first point. She has it now. She makes the second one. 32-30, North Summit on top by 2. Richens up top, guarded by Gilbert. 3:15 to go in the quarter. James jumps the passing lane and knocks it out of bounds.
Boy, she's fortunate that went out of bounds, as that was going to be a all the way coast to coast for a layup.
Yeah, I think she actually had a chance to just catch that if she
if
would have realized it.
Yep.
Peterson to inbound. Gets it into Sargent up top. Left side, pass to Peterson, knocked it out of bounds. Last touch by Kanab, so North Summit ball.
Boy, Kanab's jumping the lanes, and they're having a hard time with those wing passes. That's about 4 deflections in a row.
They went ahead and had Cutler leave, I think maybe to go get her taped or something, to go check her out. So she's not on the bench right now for Kanab. Left side corner is Richens. She'll drive baseline, tries the reverse layup. Nope, passes down the lane to Tamaiko instead, and is turned over by North Summit. Kanab basketball.
You know, credit Janes with that as she knocks it back into the play. The rebound to Little.
Houston bounces right wing to Bateman. She lobs for Little. Tamaiko on her back. Little faces up. 6-footer off the glass and in. 16 for Riley Little. Tie game.
There is nothing you can do with a girl who's 6'3" shooting over the top.
Left side high, Peterson. Up top to Sargent. Right wing, Richens. She'll set for 3. Off the back of the rim, no good. Bateman the rebound for Kanab. Houston will bring it across the timeline. Kanab's never led. They have a chance to take the lead here. Right wing high is Gilbert.
Kanab's out-rebounded North Summit 9-4 in this second half.
Gilbert's fouled on the shot. Free throws coming for Emily Gilbert as she puts up the 12-foot runner. Rebound's a big factor.
It is. Number 11. That's 3. Three.
3.
So now I don't trust any of my stats. But the rebounds, since no one's going to question me, those are correct. Unofficially.
Gilbert misses the first one. Langston back into the game for North Summit. She'll come in for Hazelyn Murdoch. So this is a taller lineup with both Tomiko and Langston on the floor for North Summit.
Yeah, Kanab only 1 out of 4 from the free throw line so far.
Second one for Gilbert, off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound by Peterson for North Summit, down the floor to Richens. Tomiko hits the floor hard down at the half-court mark. And now Richens tries to pass out, knocked out of bounds by Gilbert. Kanab basketball.
Yeah, Gilbert did a nice job of cutting off the lane, trying to get the ball to Peterson on that left wing, but Gilbert had jumped into the lane.
Inbounding on the far sideline. They lob in for Langston, and Janes knocks it out of bounds.
But there again, I think if James realized that she had the great position, could have grabbed that one.
Anna Cutler into the game for Ashland Houston.
Still limping a little bit.
Lobs in for Langston. High on the left wing. Pass up top to Sargent. Going to drive in against Cutler. Got cut off. Now backs out. Goes high post to Langston. She'll step out of the three-point line. Thought about the deep three. Now goes to Richens. Looks over to Coach Holmes. Down to 10 seconds on the shot clock. Pull up 14-footer from the junction. No good. Rebound tipped out by Langston. And out of bounds it goes. Last touched by Kanab. So North Summit ball.
That was a tough shot for Richens, bothered by 2 Kanab players.
1:43 to go in the quarter. We're tied at 32. Pass up top to Sargent. Works her way around high right side. Comes to Richens. Right wing Sargent. Looking in the lane for Langston. Bounces high post. Nobody there. And it'll be Riley Little who gets it. She'll bring it down the right side. Has it poked away. Got it back. Now Richens steals it. Ball's knocked free again. And again it's knocked out of bounds by Janes. North Summit ball.
Holy cow. I don't know how you describe that. Just all over the place. A lot of hustle, a lot of bodies on the floor, and the ball goes out of bounds.
Becca Rogers into the game for Kanab. Little will come out. We're trying to give her an extended breather here with 1:18 to go in the third quarter in a tie ball game. Richens will bring it up for North Summit.
Well, we haven't had a bucket for a while.
No. Richens on the right side, lobs in for Langston, puts it up, blocked from behind by Janes. Janes comes down to it for the Cowboys.
Yeah, beautiful block on the backside by Taylor James.
Up the floor, driving is Gilbert, puts up the runner, no good, too hard. Janes the rebound to Bateman, long 2 on the way, nothing but net. Savannah Bateman now with 5 off the bench, and Kanab has their first lead.
Well, we talked about only 3 players score in the first half, now 5 in the second.
Spin down the lane as Richens. Kicks it out to Langston. She'll take the 3. Off the rim, no good, but a foul called and 3 free throws coming for Chesley Langston as Taylor James will pick up her second.
So James floats into Langston and 3 free throws.
First one, good.
2 out of 3 for Chesley Langston. She now has 15 in the game.
42.5 seconds to go in the quarter. Second one, ties it. One more free throw can put the lead back to North Summit. Third free throw, in and out. Janes the rebound for Kanab. Cutler will bring it up the floor now for the Lady Cowboys. She calls out the play. Guarded by Richens. On the volleyball line, she hands to Gilbert. 30 seconds to go. Gilbert bobbled it, now gets it back, goes to Rogers, to Cutler. Cutler on the curl off the screen. Kick to the corner to Bateman. Pump fake, she'll drive baseline. She gets cut off, kicks it back up top to Gilbert. Gilbert going to drive left side. Blocked on the shot by Langston. Langston comes down ahead to Richens. 13 seconds to go in the quarter. Right side for Peterson. Throw it behind her, out of bounds. A North Summit turnover.
And Heartland Richens frustrated. She threw that behind Peterson. Peterson wanted good for a layup.
Jessa West in for Presley Peterson. Riley Little into the game for Gilbert. And Houston into the game for Rogers.
Yep.
So Houston and Little both come in. Up the floor comes Cutler. She's going to drive past Richens. Dribbles right side. Backs out of the wing. Up top to James. Pump fake. She dribbles in. Got cut off. Back to Cutler. Pump fake. Puts up the shot at the horn. Off the back of the rim. No good. And at the end of 3, we're all tied up in this 2A girls semifinal. Number 3, Kanab 34. Number 2, North Summit 34 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
For super low prices and weekly specials, stop by King County's full-service grocer, Glazier's Family Market in Kanab. Not only do they have the highest standard of customer service and the friendliest checkers in Utah, but you'll save 15 cents per gallon of high-quality Chevron gasoline when you spend $50 or more. Save at Glazier's Family Market with their weekly specials, and be sure to check out their digital ads. Check out the Stage Stop convenience store. For guaranteed freshness in their meat and produce and short lines, visit King County's full-service grocer, Glazier's Family Market in Kanab.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back here to Salt Lake Community College. Kanab basketball tied at 34 with North Summit in this 2A girls semifinal game. Right wing is Bateman. She works her way around to Houston. She'll set for 3 off the screen. Rattles it in. Ashlyn Houston now with 8 points, all in the second half.
So this is the first lead for the Kanab Cowboys.
Well, second. They took the lead momentarily in the third quarter.
That's right, with 1.
Now right side, Richens drives in and gets the bucket off the glass. Richens with 5.
Yeah, nice drive. She pulled up at the right spot, just short.
Up top is Cutler. Right wing she goes to Houston. Picks up her dribble, bounces to the wing to Bateman. She'll set for 3. Air ball hard. Backside rebound by Richens. 37-36 Kanab. Richens yo-yos up top. Coach Holmes calls out the offensive set. Right side high, Croxford. Lobs in for Langston. Got it to her on the baseline. High post now to Murdoch. 12-footer, air ball. And Bateman was going to let it go out of bounds, then just said, hey, I can grab it.
Yeah.
North Summit felt like she stepped out of bounds, and her foot was dangerously close, but I don't think her heel went down. I think it hovered over the line.
Right.
You can hover all you want.
Yeah, as long as you don't put it down. Oh,
Little with the offensive foul as she tries to create space against Langston.
Yeah, drop that left shoulder, kind of easy. Coach Clint Glover kind of shows what she did. She created the space, made the shot, but the space creation is the turnover.
37-36 Kanab. 6:40 to go in the game.
Only the first personal foul. No foul trouble for Riley Little.
Or really Kanab at all. That's only 7 fouls in the whole game for Kanab. Left junction, Murdoch, backdoor cut for Peterson, able to gather it off her hip and makes it.
How was she able to get that? That was down at her hip in the middle of her jump, able to throw it back up.
The lead goes back to the Braves, 38-37. Cutler on the right wing, bounces to Houston. They get it to Little inside, and she travels.
Yeah, twice. That one, she just switched the pivot foot, was going to the right, felt the pressure, then immediately turned to the left, had to either shoot or pass.
6:17 to go in the game, 38-37. North Summit winner plays Beaver in the state championship tomorrow night.
Bateman will take a rest. Houston back in.
6:15 to go in the game. Gilberg will pick up Richens. Left wing to Peterson. Nothing on the give and go. She comes off the screen by Murdoch, drives in, runs into Gilberg, and free throws coming for Presley Peterson.
So that's interesting because Gilberg, I think, had the position, but she dropped her hands.
Yeah, and that's what they call it.
Yeah. So Peterson goes to the line. Let's see this.
It's the 15th at the free throw line.
Yeah, brought that arm down as Peterson makes the first free throw.
Yeah, I think if she keeps her hands up, she draws the offensive foul.
Zions Way Home Health and Hospice in Kanab. They offer both home health care and hospice care to those in need. Their home health team is dedicated to providing the best possible recovery, with their hospice care team providing compassionate professionals who will coordinate care with the physicians of the patient's choice. Pressure by North Summit. Pass up ahead, stolen by Murdoch. Up ahead to Richens. Richens picks it up, comes up top to Langston, takes the deep NBA range three.
Wow.
Short off the rim. Rebound saved by Richens. Little has it for Kanab.
That was a deep three. She was open.
Yes. Left corner is Cutler. Hands off on the wing to Houston. She'll take the deep three. Short off the rim. And a foul on the rebound will go on Riley Little as Murdoch came in to get the board and Little hit her out on the arms. Second on Little.
So now 4 team fouls. That will put, 16 fouls. North Summit now in the bonus the rest of the way.
5:37 to go. 3-point Braves lead. It's currently a 6-0 run. Richards crosses over, dribbles in, got cut off, passes out to Peterson, who was cutting away, and out of bounds it goes. I have that as their first turnover of the fourth quarter.
I was just checking the same thing. 3 for the Cowboys, 1 for the Braves.
In pressure by North Summit. Pass comes into Cutler in the backcourt. Ahead to Houston.
You can feel momentum heading towards North Summit right now.
Yes, you can. Cutler weaves through traffic on the right wing. She passes back out to Gilbert. Gilbert works away right to left. Pass into the corner to Houston. She'll set for 3. Off the rim, off the glass, and in. Tie game.
That is the toughest bounce in basketball. The bank shot from the three-point land.
And on the other end, an offensive foul is going to be called as Houston draws the charge on Presley Peterson. Houston, the three-pointer on one end and the defensive play on the other.
Yeah, and it was all elbow and shoulder that runs into Houston. Not necessarily completely set, but when the contact is the elbow and shoulder leading, it's usually an offensive foul. So another turnover on North Summit.
40-40 your score. Kanab with a chance to regain the lead. Cutler across the timeline, and Peterson picks up another one as she came into her with the body. That'll be the third on Peterson.
So now the advantage that North Summit had being down in the foul count, both teams now even. 16 fouls were free throws the rest of the way.
5 minutes to go. We're tied at 40 in this 2A girls semifinal game. Inbounding is Houston. She comes into Cutler in the backcourt. Cutler guarded by Richards. Directs traffic. Now works her way right side as they ISO her. Drives in off the glass. No good, but free throws coming for Anna Cutler.
And that's kind of what I've seen with Anna Cutler all season long. She loves to drive that right side. She can finish. She's got a scoop shot, a hook shot, and she draws a lot of content.
Heartland Richards with the first foul. First free throw from Cutler. Good. Again, appreciate Zion's Way Home Health and Hospice. Individuals can rest assured they'll be receiving the highest quality of care. Call 435-644-3322 for more information. Cutler makes them both.
Those are big free throws.
She has 9. Kanab back in front, 42-40. Richards down the right side of the floor. 4:44 to go in the game. Left wing to Peterson. Looking for Langston. Tipped by Little. And Little saves it, but picked up by Peterson. Down to Langston. Stripped by James.
Kanab, seasonal momentum of their own now.
Cutler slows things down. 5-0 run right now for the Lady Cowboys. They can add to it here. Bounce pass to the wing to Bateman. Looking for Little. Got it to her. Spins on Langston. Blocked by Langston. Murdoch has it.
Yeah, Langston, again, nice job keeping the hands straight up.
To Sargent, hesitation dribble, bounces out to Richards. Pump fake, she'll dribble in with the left hand, goes to the wing to Peterson. Up top, Langston for 3. Off the rim, no good. Little the rebound for Kanab.
Went down a couple times in the first half. So far, drawing blanks in the third.
And a timeout called by Coach Glover, so we'll take it with 3:56 to go in the game. It's Kanab 42, North Summit 40 in the 2A girls semifinal on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
For enjoyable Western dining, there's only one stop in Southern Utah, Houston's Trails Inn Restaurant in Kanab. Stop in for their special chicken fried steak with Bob's homemade country gravy and delicious Western entrees. They also offer takeout. Just call 644-2488. That's 644-2488. Houston's Trails Inn features remote site catering. Anywhere, anytime, anyplace. Just phone 435-899-2140. So make plans to stop by Houston's Trails Inn Restaurant and mobile catering in Kanab, where the waitresses wear guns on their hips and a smile on their lips.
You won't believe what the soda fountain serves at Kanab Drug. Groves of people are touting their new delicious hot paninis, deli sandwiches, wraps, and of course soothing smoothies, shakes, malts, cones, sundaes, and sodas. Kanab Drug Soda Fountain is open until 10 p.m. featuring a fabulous outdoor patio with games. Browse Kanab Drug's unique toys, games, and gifts, or take advantage of their full-service pharmacy that offers drive-through service with a friendly, helpful staff. Since 1916, Kanab Drug in Kanab. Visit them on Facebook or go to KanabUnitedDrug.com.
Exciting high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centricom Channel 10.
Welcome back here to Salt Lake Community College. Robert Lovell with you alongside Scott Langford as we come out of the timeout. Under 4 to go And it's a 2-point Kanab Lady Cowboys lead. Left side high, Ashland Houston. Low block into Little. Working on Langston. Backs her down. Puts the shot. Blocked by Langston again. Peterson has it coming the other way for North Summit. Drives in right side against Houston. Got past her. Puts up the shot. No good. Too hard. Little the backside rebound. As she rips it through. Offensive foul called as she got Langston in the head.
And Riley Little kind of goes like this and keeps her elbows down. She brought the elbows around high, which results in the foul.
So it'll be North Summit basketball on the baseline. Give you a quick update on the 3A game. Richfield's come storming back.
Wow.
It's Morgan 55, Richfield 48, 4:27 to go in that one.
I think they were down 18, weren't they?
Yes, at half.
Yeah.
Or 16 at half.
16.
Pass comes into Sargent near the volleyball line. She'll hand off to Richens. Bounce to the right junction to Murdoch. Hands off back to Richens. Picks up her dribble. Defense sags, 15-footer, in and out again. And a tie-up on the rebound between Little and Langston, and it stays with North Summit.
Yeah, do you know what? I think that was the right call because it came back across the head of Riley Little. Yeah. And so both players possessed the ball without the contact at first.
Inbounding is Richens. She lobs for Langston. Blocked from behind, blocked again by Little. Both Bateman and Little got a block on that one.
They did.
Kanab basketball. Houston, right wing to Bateman. Lobs in for Little, working on Langston. Now comes out to Janes. Pump fake, dribbles in the left hand, puts up the runner off the back of the rim. Count it, and she's fouled. Wow. Taylor Janes, the bucket, and a chance at the three-point play.
Yeah, Janes' first bucket of the game comes in the fourth quarter and pushes the lead 2-4.
Largest lead of the game for Kanab.
Wow.
Langston's second foul.
Nice soft shot by Janes as she was going to her left in the lane.
The and one, in and out. Little got inside of Langston. Blocked from behind, though, by Langston. But Kanab has it back to Houston for three from the wing. Nails it! Ashland Houston now with 14, and it's a 7-point Cowboy lead. Coach Holmes wants to talk about it.
Wow.
With 2:48 to go in the game, number 3, Kanab, 47. Number 2, North Summit, 40. On the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
The Kane County School District is proud to serve students and parents in Kane County while making it a priority to focus on every student every day. Kane County School District makes it easy and convenient to find information about local schools, the district calendar, announcements, Board of Education minutes, as well as your students' grades and attendance, all at kanek12.org. That's kanek12.org. You can also follow the Kane County School District on Facebook. Rigor, Relationships, Relevance. The Kane County School District.
Hi. I'm Dustin Shakespeare, the Central Region Pathways Coordinator. Do you know what pathways are offered at your high school that connect with Snow College? Students enrolled in career technical education courses can develop valuable real-world technical skills and a strong academic foundation. Over 630 students completed CTE pathways last year in the Central Utah region. Our 35 pathways empower students to explore career options, pursue what they are passionate about, and earn valuable industry certifications. To learn more about these career pathways, talk to your CTE teachers and school counselors today.
Exciting high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centricom Channel 10.
Talk about Taylor Janes. I just looked down and saw her cousin Hallie Janes for Richfield playing in that semifinal down at SUU.
Wow.
7-point game here. Passing to Murdoch. Puts up the 12-footer on the baseline. Round the rim. No good. Little the rebound for Kanab.
Yeah, so Kanab is out-rebounded, 6-4 in this fourth quarter.
Houston works her way left side and hands to Bateman. Bateman picks it up, now looks for help, hands to Janes. She'll hand it off to Cutler as they reset. And Cutler takes a foul from Richens, and that'll send Anna Cutler to the line to shoot 1-1. Second foul on Heartland Richens.
And this is one of those things, does Kanab try to burn down low in the shot clock, leading by 7? These free throws are big. A couple of free throws by Anna Cutler makes this really hard for North Summit.
Yes, it does. Front end of the 1-1, off the front of the rim, no good. Little again gets inside position, but Murdoch ties her up on the rebound. It'll stay with Kanab.
Wow.
First missed free throw of the game for Cutler. She was 4 for 4 before that. She'll inbound underneath, 4 low for Kanab.
So Kanab 20-10 in the second half rebounds.
Wow. Cutler off the curl, 17-footer, missed it short. Rebound goes to Murdoch, down the floor to Richens. Richens down the right side, spins against the defense, slips through, scoop with the right hand, no good off the glass. Wanted the foul call, didn't get it. Janes the rebound for Kanab.
Yeah, big rebound for Janes. And
she traveled as she picked up her pivot foot. Heartland Richens was applying the pressure.
Yeah, just Heartland Richens always around putting pressure, and she forced the turnover.
1:59 to go in the game, 47-40 Kanab. Richens to inbound. Into the corner to Murdoch, to the wing to Peterson. To the corner to Richens. She'll launch the three. Short, backside rebound, Little. Up ahead to Houston. In the backcourt, Cutler has it. She brings it across against the trap. Hands off to Bateman. Now out to Houston. Skip pass to the corner. Cutler wide open. Three on the way. In and out. Bateman the rebound. And the putback on the left side.
Wow, that might have done it. Savannah Bateman with the offensive rebound bucket.
9-point lead. Peterson drives baseline. The reverse layup round the rim and falls off.
Wow.
And now an offensive foul on Riley Little as she steps through Richens. And I think maybe the reason for that was there's just no reason for her to do it. You know, she purposely created contact there. So fourth foul on Little. 18th Kanab turnover.
Wow. Here's the repo. Nope. Here we go.
Inbounding underneath will be Richens. To the right side. Murdoch with the catch. Misses the right side layup. Little the rebound. And a foul against North Summit. That'll send Riley Little to the line to shoot 2 free throws, I believe. Yes, 2 free throws. Hazelyn Murdoch picks up her third.
Wow, Riley Little has come up big, no pun intended, in this fourth quarter.
Yeah. First free throw, no good. One more for Little.
Little 0 for 2 in the game is what I have.
Yes. Second one, no good. Rebound, Sargent in the corner. James picks her up tight, bounces it out to Richens. Richens down the floor, down the lane, splits the defense, lost the ball, but it goes right to Langston. Skips it over to Sargent on the right wing. Up top to Peterson.
Have time to pass.
And Coach Holmes is going to call timeout to talk about it. With 1:05 to go in the game, it's number 3 Kanab 49, number 2 North Summit 40 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
Honey's Marketplace invites you to experience their refreshing variety and signature items. Honey's Marketplace features a wide selection of camping supplies, a garden nursery, and fresh floral department. Experience fresh-baked artisan breads and pastries in their bakery. Check out their great cut fruit program with wonderful fresh-cut fruit daily. And everyone loves Honey's famous talking truck, Rusty. Get all this with the hometown service you deserve. Fresh, friendly, and close to home. Honey's Marketplace, 260 East, 300 South in Kanab.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. Bookmark TeamHive.live, Utah's new home for streaming high school sports and other events. Powered by Centricom Local 10.
Exciting high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centricom Channel 10.
Welcome back here to Salt Lake Community College. A minute to go. North Summit trails Kanab by 9. North Summit basketball. Richens off the screen. Misses the 10-footer off the glass. Janes the backside rebound for Kanab. She calls for Cutler to come get it. Cutler down the right side of the floor. And block foul called on Peterson. Coach Holmes doesn't like it as Peterson tried to draw the charge. That'll be her fourth and sends Anna Cutler to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, Cutler did a really good thing of jumping to her right, trying to avoid the contact. Probably what drew the defensive foul rather than the offensive one.
In the 3A game, Richfield has come all the way back. They now only trail by 3, 55-52. Morgan has the basketball there with like a minute and a half left as Cutler misses the first free throw here.
Kanab's had multiple opportunities to just close the refrigerator door, haven't done so.
She makes the second one. She has 10. 10-point lead. Richens driving the lane all the way down the floor. Scoop with the left hand, no good, but a foul called. If it's on Little, that'll be her 5th.
It can only be, never mind.
It'll be on Bateman.
Wow.
So Bateman's second.
That surprised me.
Richens will go to the line to shoot 2. First one, no good. This 10-point lead for Kanab is the largest of the game by any team. North Summit controlled the game for a lot of it. Kanab came roaring back to take the lead for a moment in the third quarter, and now has controlled the last about 3 minutes.
Yes, they have.
Richens makes the second one. She has 6. Pressure again by the Braves. 45 seconds left. Cutler walks it across the timeline, now speeds up to get to the double team. Lost the basketball. Sargent going the other way for North Summit. She'll drive in right side. Too hard off the glass. Janes the rebound, and a foul called. Looks like it's going to go against Kanab. Might be on Ashlyn Houston. Janes got the rebound, and Houston came flying by along with Heartland Richens.
I wonder what happened there.
Houston and Richens. Foul's going to be called on Houston. That'll be her first.
So that's an offensive foul. So it's a turnover, but not
because Janes had
free
the ball.
Throws, right.
So they decided that's what the two officials discussed, was whether or not she had the ball before the foul.
Yep.
Coach Holmes gets the explanation. 35.9 seconds to go. 9-point Kanab lead. Left side Peterson. Out to Sargent. She drops it. Able to gather on the timeline. Out to Richens. Deep three. Off the glass. No good. Bateman the rebound for Kanab. Should throw it down the floor. Got knocked away by North Summit, and Sargent picks it up. Another turnover. Right wing Richens drives baseline, and she'll be fouled. So Heartland Richens will go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah. As Taylor Janes just kind of gave a little shove to the hip. And I think, though I think this game's over, Kanab doesn't want to put them on the line.
Right. That was the third on Janes. First free throw from Richens. No good.
There's a free throw misses in this fourth quarter now. 3 for 5. With another one coming.
Second one, no good. Too hard. Peterson, the offensive rebound. And a foul called. 1 second later.
Yeah, it wasn't long.
It'll go on Ashlyn Houston. Her second. Peterson at the line.
Kanab faithful. A little bit of moans and groans in their seats.
Peterson misses the first one.
That's 3 straight misses for North Summit in this fourth.
Second one, good. Peterson with 14 for the Braves. Pass comes into Riley Little. In the backcourt to Janes. 14 seconds left, and now a foul called on Richens. And that'll send Janes to the line. The interesting piece, Riley Little, Chesley Langston, they were so big all game long. Yeah. Neither of them have scored in the fourth quarter. No, they're both stuck on 16.
No, they absolutely are, and that's been kind of an interesting dynamic. Now the rebounding will tell a different story, as Riley Little has absolutely dominated the boards in both the third and fourth quarter. But scoring, we haven't seen anything from either person.
Free throw for James, off the rim, no good.
It kind of fits our narrative. What we talked about is like, who else will step up? And for the Kanab Cowboys, Ashlyn Houston has been humongous in the second half.
All 14 of her points. James makes the second one. She has 4. 9-point lead up ahead to Sargent, to the wing to Richens. She'll drive in, got the ball knocked away, gets it back, puts the shot blocked by Kanab, and Cutler has it, and that'll do it. Kanab, for the third straight year, is back in the state championship game, and they'll square off with number 1 Beaver tomorrow night here at Salt Lake Community College. As North Summit drops into the third and fourth place game, they will play Draper APA. We'll take the break and come back with the Sunrise Engineering postgame show next on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
You've known for years that you can trust Lumber Plus True Value to have the best prices on all of your home project needs, big and small, from hardware to lawn and garden. But did you know you could also rely on True Value to carry your favorite brands for your household's basic needs as well? Lumber Plus carries thick, absorbent paper towels, cleaning supplies, batteries, seasonal items, and don't forget to check out their outstanding bargain of the month. Visit Lumber Plus True Value, 227 East, 300 South in Kanab.
For more than 40 years, Jones & DeMille Engineering has been shaping the quality of life of those around us. They are committed to the communities in which they live and work and take pride in being able to protect and enhance them. As a full-service civil engineering firm, they strive to serve with a professional, personalized touch to provide value that reaches beyond the project, earning their reputation as the go-to resource for planning and infrastructure needs. Jones & DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life together.
Centricom believes the service relationship continues long after installation, and we're available to support you every step of the way. That's why if there is a problem with our equipment, a service visit from us means no cost to you. We know the value of a satisfied customer, so if you refer us to a friend, we'll take care of them and you'll get 1 month of service free. We promise to make your experience the best it can be. Centricom, keeping you connected.
For super low prices and weekly specials, stop by Kane County's full-service grocer, Glazier's Family Market in Kanab. Not only do they have the highest standard of customer service and the friendliest checkers in Utah, but you'll save 15 cents per gallon of high-quality Chevron gasoline when you spend $50 or more. Save at Glazier's Family Market with their weekly specials, and be sure to check out their digital ads. Check out the Stage Stop convenience store. For guaranteed freshness in their meat and produce and short lines, visit Kane County's full-service grocer, Glazier's Family Market in Kanab.
For enjoyable Western dining, there's only one stop in southern Utah, Houston's Trails Inn Restaurant in Kanab. Stop in for their special chicken fried steak with Bob's homemade country gravy and delicious Western entrees. They also offer takeout. Just call 644-2488. That's 644-2488. Houston's Trails Inn features remote site catering. Anywhere, anytime, anyplace. Just phone 435-899-2140. So make plans to stop by Houston's Trails Inn Restaurant and mobile catering in Kanab, where the waitresses wear guns on their hips and a smile on their lips.
You won't believe what the soda fountain serves at Kanab Drug. Groves of people are touting their new delicious hot paninis, deli sandwiches, wraps, and of course soothing smoothies, shakes, malts, cones, sundaes, and sodas. Kanab Drug Soda Fountain is open until 10 p.m. featuring a fabulous outdoor patio with games. Browse Kanab Drug's unique toys, games, and gifts, or take advantage of their full-service pharmacy that offers drive-through service with a friendly, helpful staff. Since 1916, Kanab Drug in Kanab. Visit them on Facebook or go to KanabUnitedDrug.com.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back here to Salt Lake Community College. Robert Lovell with you alongside Scott Langford on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom. As Kanab for the third straight season will go play in the 2A Girls State Championship game with a 51-42 win over North Summit. This is the Sunrise Engineering postgame show promoting athletic and academic excellence. Visit them at sunrise-eng.com. Scott, your takeaway from this game?
Well, two semifinal matches, two that were very close right to the end, and then a team, basically pulls away. Beaver in the first one, Kanab in the second one. This was a great game, and in the second half, it was rebounds that really did it for the Kanab Cowboys. They owned the boards.
Yeah. Let's look at those final stats here. Let's go ahead and just start with the rebound stats, as you mentioned it, Scott.
So these are unofficial rebound stats, but 28 second-half rebounds for the Kanab Cowboys, 13 for the North Summit Braves, 6 offensive rebounds for Kanab, 4 for North Summit. So it's just, they more than doubled up the Braves on the rebound stats.
Yes, they did. That was certainly a huge factor there for Kanab to come from behind after trailing by 6 at halftime. Really struggled to get anything going in the first half, and then they got things going with the defense rebounding. The three started falling. They pulled away.
And we talked about halftime. We talked about the keys of the second half would be who would step up, Robert, and I think we kind of called this one as in the fourth quarter, both Little and Langston, neither one scored, and it was the other players who stepped up for the Kanab Cowboys. It was multiple, but mainly Ashland Houston, three-pointers in that fourth quarter, and that really sealed the deal for the Kanab Cowboys.
Yes, it did, that's for sure. Let's look at those final points now for these two teams. First off for Kanab as they get the win.
For Kanab, Riley Little, big all game long, 10 in the first, 6 in the second, 16 points. 10 points for Anna Cutler. And this is the I'm going to save her for last. 7 points for Savannah Bateman. She had a big game here and there. And then 4 points for Taylor James. But 14 points for Ashland Houston, all in the second half. Yeah. Exactly when Kanab needed it. In the third quarters, they were trying to chip back into it. And in the fourth quarter, to take the lead.
Yeah, she was huge. Had a big second half for the Lady Cowboys. Got the job done. And with the rebounding, she was the key for them coming back to win this game.
Yeah, no, really, with the rebounding from Riley Little and the scoring,
and
then that contribution, Anna Cutler's game, Taylor James doing some big things. There was just a lot of great contributions by the Kanab Cowboys. Now, not a bench point in this game on for either one.
Savannah Bateman.
Oh, Savannah Bateman. I
start
forgot
today.
She didn't start.
Yep.
So Savannah Bateman, 7
But
bench
she's
points
a
for
usual
the
starter.
She is. I've watched the whole season, and 7 points off the bench for Kanab.
And let's go to those North Summit points again.
Yeah, 15 points. Leading the way was actually Chesley Langston, 16 points. And she had a devastating second quarter with 11 points, 11 of that 16. Cooled off a little bit in the second half, did to finish with 16. 15 for Presley Peterson, who had a great game. 6 for Heartland Richens, 3 for Charlie Sargent, and 2 for Hazelyn Murdoch.
So there's your final stats for these two teams' free throw numbers.
8 for 15 for North Summit, and 8 for 16 for the Kanab Cowboys.
Yeah, so pretty similar numbers.
Yeah,
there.
Almost the same.
Yep.
50% and then 50, I think it's 54%. So
largest lead of the game was 10 points by Kanab at 50-40. Yep. North Summit led by 8 in the second quarter. Couldn't hold on to it. I had 5 ties and 3 lead changes in this game.
It was a crazy game and a game of runs momentum. In the end, Kanab had the momentum when it counted right there at the end. We talked about, at one point I said on the air, I said, North Summit's got the momentum, and immediately with Ashland Houston, Kanab grabbed it back and never let it go.
Yeah. What a game we had here, and Kanab with the win. It's an all-region 19 state championship. Number 1 Kanab, number 1 Beaver, number 3 Kanab will meet tomorrow at 5 o'clock tomorrow night here at Salt Lake Community College. And the third and fourth place game will feature number 2 North Summit against number 4 Draper APA in the girls' side of the bracket. Once again, we do appreciate all of our sponsors who help make these broadcasts possible, including Zion's Way Home Health and Hospice in Kanab. They offer both home health care and hospice care to those in need. Their home health team is dedicated to providing the best possible recovery, while their hospice care team provides compassionate professionals who will coordinate care with the physicians of their patient's choice in order to address all of their emotional, physical, and spiritual needs. With Zion's Way Home Health, individuals can rest assured they'll be receiving the highest quality of care. Call 435-644-3322. For more information, that's 644-3322. Scott, any final thoughts on this game or the girls' semifinals?
No, just a great game. I'm looking forward to Kanab and Beaver, those two teams.